I'm doing a quick review of Insecure episodes 1 through 3. Insecure as fuck, messy as fuck, racist as fuck. So please stick around. Welcome, Fabulites. If you want to hear my review, it's coming real quick. It's just maybe a review recap, some analysis, some thoughts. I guess the first thing that I want to say is that I am really enjoying it. I had seen episode 1 on YouTube a while ago. I guess when it first came out, I just really appreciated her negotiating or doing whatever to get it thrown up on YouTube. I thought it was super cool. I think of this expression as fuck as like to the extreme. Like if somebody is really, really insecure, they're really, really insecure. Somebody is really, really messy, they're really, really messy. If somebody is really, really racist, they're really, really racist. And to be quite honest, let me turn this heat down a little bit. Yes. I find things to be a little more subtle. I don't find that the messiness, the insecurity or whatever is to the extreme. I'm really enjoying the young women. So let me just kind of start off with the two main characters. The main character is Issa, playing Issa, and then there's her best friend whose name is Miley. I probably could tell you who the actress is, but you could Wikipedia it or IMDb it and find it. So they're both chocolate sisters. One has natural hair, one has straight hair. Issa has natural hair. She works in the nonprofit world. Miley has straight hair. She works in as a corporate lawyer, maybe. She's an attorney, but she seems to be a pretty corporate structured environment. And we see Issa have, over the course of the 3 episodes, we see Issa have quite a bit of interaction with herself, with her alter ego. There's one scene, I think it's in the first episode, where she's trying on different lipstick colors and trying on the attitudes and personalities that she thinks goes along with those lipstick colors. I thought that was super cute. On Issa Rae's YouTube channel, she does quite a bit, or I've enjoyed, I don't know if she does quite a bit, but she does this like analysis and interaction with rap culture quite a lot to me, which I think is very funny and interesting, or even when it's not funny, I think it's really interesting. So it's really cool to kind of see that aspect playing out here. She has a lot of interaction with herself where she's rapping with herself in the mirror. Now I'm not familiar with the process of writing raps, and I assume that it's different for each and every writer, but so she might just be composing raps, but she also seems to use her raps as a form of affirmation to pump herself up and encourage herself, and a way to kind of analyze situations. So we see, I think, quite a bit of interaction with Issa and herself and her relationship with herself. I don't recall any interactions of Miley with herself. We see Issa and Miley interacting quite a bit. I really like their relationship. I like that they're not, I guess on some of the other shows with, I like that they can be all of who they are. They don't have to fit into a narrow stereotype or a narrow category. Like she's the rich, wealthy sister, and the other sister is the fluffy, poor, eccentric sister. And so they always have to play those roles. It seems like each of them kind of get to be, more full, fluffy characters and have the formality of being a professional woman and being professional at work, but also have, the casualness of being, black women and, with other black women and other black people. So I really like that. I don't know if I expressed that well, but like if you watch, I don't know if it's Girlfriends, it seems like people have like kind of stricter roles that they have to play. Or the one with Queen Latifah, what was that called? Living Single. It was like Regine was the rich wig wearing diva, and then there was the hardcore professional. I don't know, maybe they weren't in strict roles, but anyway, I enjoy how the young women are being, kind of fully themselves. And then each of them are dealing with relationship issues. but before we go, let's talk about their relationship issues with men. They both deal with men. Issa is in a long-term relationship. I think it's been about 5 years that she's been with her boyfriend, and he is he's struggling. He's kind of still trying to find himself, and they're both, they're of that age, early 20s, 30s, where people be trying to, find themselves, and some of us still be looking. It's like finding yourself is an ongoing forever issue. It's an ongoing forever pursuit. It's an ongoing forever situation, exploration. It's a wonderful thing, finding yourself and getting to know yourself. But there's still, it seems like there's so much that they really just don't know about themselves. So her boyfriend, I can't remember his name, but I think I saw him on Black and Sexy as one of the men, but I don't know. I'd have to Google it and do some research. I'm not doing that just at the moment. But he's a cutie, she's a cutie. They're a cute couple, cute enough visually. But he has been out of work, or I don't know if he ever had a job. He's been working on writing a business plan. I don't know if he is actually working on writing a business plan, or if that's just the line he's using. He seems a little depressed and kind of, he doesn't seem like he's really feeling like he's being his best self. Or maybe he is, and he just wants to have a chill life, and I don't know, but he does say that he's working on his business plan. And we also see him during the first 3 episodes connecting with a headhunter and going on some interviews and trying to get executive level jobs, and being told that it's going to take some time for that to happen. It's good that he's getting interviews. He's trying to figure out why the interviews are not turning into jobs, like boom, pop, pow. And his headhunter, a young white woman, is telling him that, well, maybe you want to consider some entry level things. He's kind of offended by that. I'll take as long as it takes to get a job that's on par with my experience and what I'm bringing to the table. And by the end of the first 3 episodes, he actually has taken a job at Best Buy. That's weird, because I have this vague impression that he has. I don't know if it's because I've read it someplace else. Did I see that last night? But we just gonna go with that. So he's taking a job at Best Buy. So that's her boyfriend. At the beginning of the episode, it's like her birthday, and she comes in, and he's from work, and he's still sitting on the couch, and she's kind of like, aren't we going to the movie at 10? What's going on? He's like, oh, I forgot, or this happened with my interview, or whatever. Could we just stay in and watch a movie? Or and she's like, okay. And then he's like, I'm gonna finish this video, and it's like he's sitting on the couch watching a video of people working out, and they all buff and stuff, and he, he's cute, but he ain't even working out to the video that he want to finish watching. And they end up just, her birthday is like, I feel like she was probably feeling like she was settling already, on the whole birthday thing, and then she really was kind of disappointed. So she ends up leaving home, and for most of the episodes, like the first episode and the second episode, she's not at home with him, and she does come back on the 3rd episode. And Issa also has a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend, who reaches out to her on her birthday. Hey, happy birthday, I miss you. She's, oh my gosh, I kind of miss you too, she says. And you can tell she's kind of like, maybe I should leave this guy that I'm with and get back with this other guy. Is this a sign? Does this mean something? So she engineers this whole experience with her best friend Miley to go to a club where her ex-boyfriend is performing, so she can accidentally, on purpose, run into him. They end up hooking up, but not hooking up, but just reconnecting. And then he's telling her to come over to his place. She comes over to his place, and they're kissing. And then she's like, oh my gosh, I can't just go from one relationship to another relationship. And he like, relationship, I just want to have sex, or whatever he says. So she kind of has realized also, realizes during the episode that she cares about the guy she's with. I don't know what his name is. And there's a similar theme when we see Miley, her best friend, at work, talking about this guy that's interested in her and reaching out to her. Oh, he's texting me now. Oh, and her friend is like, oh my gosh, what are you going to say back to the text? Miley, oh, I'm just going to call him because he probably wants to talk to me. And she calls him and he texts her back and says, I can't talk now. What's up? And she's like, just wanted to hear your voice. And he's like, I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. And so that's kind of like a theme, with both women, trying, that people are maybe not checking for them for the types of relationships that they're checking for other people for. Because even Issa's relationship with her boyfriend, they are in a relationship, but she not really feeling real excited about it and real good about it at the moment. Miley is dating. She kind of talks a lot about her experiences dating and dealing with different people and some of the disappointments that she has with just out here dating, different people that she meets, and the ways in which they interact with her, judge her, and how she's evaluating them and judging them. And it's hard out here for a woman trying to date. That's what she's trying to express. And she ends up, when Issa takes her to the club, when Issa is trying to reconnect with her old boyfriend on the DL, pretending that she ran into him, she takes her girlfriend Miley out to the club saying, oh, I'm taking you out to the club because you're not feeling good. Let's go. Let's do something different. Miley is like, what kind of place is this? Where are we at? And Issa's like, come on, girl, let's just have fun. But while they're there, Miley ends up meeting this guy, and they seem kind of like they have some chemistry, definitely, and they seem relatively comfortable with each other. And this relationship evolves a little bit over time. They're kind of hanging out the day before, or before they went to the club. Issa and Miley had been talking, and Miley had kind of been confiding in her girlfriend about how she's feeling about relationships, and she don't know what's wrong with her and why stuff isn't really clicking for her. And Issa, I thought she was joking. She like, well, your pussy is broken, ha 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 ha. And Miley's kind of like, okay. And then at this club, which is an open mic, Issa ends up getting up and doing a rap. So Miley is with this guy she just met. Issa gets up and does a rap because her ex-boyfriend is like, do you still rap? Can you still flow? And he kind of talks her into getting up and rapping. So she's getting up doing a rap, and she does a rap called Your Pussy Broke. Your Pussy Broke. And Miss Miley is like, oh my gosh, she's talking about me. So the guy who she had kind of been vibing with is kind of like, because the rap, I can't really duplicate it, but it's like, does it stink? Is it really dry? What's wrong with your pussy? Is it broke? What's up? And he would have never known that Issa was talking about her. If Issa is talking about her, she might have just been, artistically, creatively working out ideas and being a comedian as well as a rapper. But, he kind of backs away. And then he shows up in another episode, or later on, she's walking down the street, just looking a hot mess, eating food on the street, got food all over her face. No, just all over her lips. And he's like, hey, broke pussy. And, so they kind of connect, and they end up, it seems like they have a nice vibe. Miley ends up taking this guy to an event or a party or some kind of mixer social event where Issa and Miley are meeting up with some of their friends. And I can't even remember some of the friends or, kind of what their situations were. But I just read something that Amanda Seales was there. I don't know how I missed her, because I actually like to watch her YouTube channel sometimes. So I think that's, anyway, I was very confused. I'm like, I need to look up Amanda Seales, because maybe it's not who I'm thinking of. Ha. So they're at the event. They're having a good time. They're laughing. They're talking. They're getting to know her friend. She's asked people to kind of help her to screen him to figure out if he might be the guy, if he's into her. They're like, he's into you. He likes you. He's crazy about you. And then there comes a scene where they say something about college and ask him what college he went to or whatever. It turns out that they realize that he didn't go to college, and it's like an awkward silence, like, oh. Well, college isn't for everyone, but it's obvious that they, these heated seats are hot. They hot. They hot. It's cold outside, though. I didn't go for a walk today. but it's kind of obvious that it's like an awkward situation, that he is not college educated. And you can tell, more important to me than how her friends feel about it, it's like Miley seems to feel uncomfortable with the fact that her friends feel uncomfortable about it, or kind of are judgmental about it. Yeah. And I feel like I was thinking, well, that's an age thing. You get to a certain age where you like who you like and what you like, and if somebody else don't like it, hey. But I think that when I think about people that I know, I think that it might be a value thing. For some people, that's something that's really, really important to them, and for some people, that's something that may not be as important to them, or may not be important at all. I know for me personally, I'm way more interested in us having similar values, and I guess, yeah, similar values, and having fun together, and than somebody's educational background. I'm just, I'm not really all that impressed, although I am, I do like somebody who's really smart. But I guess maybe because my mama was crazy about her daddy, and she always talked about how her daddy didn't even have a 5th grade education, but he was the smartest man that she knew. So maybe I just bought into the hype, and because I feel like some of the, I've been married to someone who had a PhD, and I've been married to someone who did not graduate from a 4-year college. So and I've been around people who have had all different ranges of educations, and I feel like, like they say, some people are educated fools, and then some people are uneducated geniuses. And educated, we say that with the air quotes. Y'all can't see my hands, but I'm air quoting out here. Whatever. That ain't really. So I guess everybody's values are different, but it seems, what I notice is that she cares what her friends think, and I think that that's a little, I don't know if that's on the immature side, because, and maybe that's why I don't have a whole bunch of friends, because I don't give a fuck. I'm like as indifferent as fuck about, and I mean that in the real, like, to the extreme, about what a friend thinks about a guy that I'm dating. I think that's how I feel. I mean, I'm curious, and I'm interested, and I take things into account. I think it helps to give perspective, and helps to shape things. But girl, please, I wish I would. So that's Miley and her guy, and she gives an overview of some of the dating apps that she had been in on. Miss Miley does. She's talking to Miss Issa, because Miss Issa is like, I'm gonna break up with my boyfriend. Miley's like, girl, you ain't breaking up with him. She's like, yeah, I'm breaking up with him. I think I already broke up with him. What did you say? I said I'll be back later. We'll talk about it later. She was having a hard time trying to break up with him, because she cared about him, and also she's just not I don't know. She doesn't have the most direct personality. So she was away from home, but it wasn't really clear that they had broken up, to me, to him, to her. But when they were going back and forth at that time, Molly had described some of the dating apps to her, like from Hello Cupid. Is that? Yeah, Hello Cupid, or is that one of the TV shows on YouTube? Because I don't know none. To Tinder, she had applied for The League, which is a dating app that and I thought it was a real dating app, because I had heard about it before, but maybe I just heard about the concept before, because I read someplace that it was fake. But it was based on something else that didn't even sound familiar to me. But she had applied and had been waiting 3 months. Miss Miley had to get on in The League dating app, where people have to be vetted in order to be accepted. So it's only a certain level of people who are going to be on The League. I guess that's the theory. So toward the end, she finally got accepted to The League, and this is after she had the issue with her friends kind of looking a certain way toward the guy that she liked, or that liked her, that she was dealing with, because he didn't have a college degree. So she broke up with him, and she was pretty direct about it. She ignored his calls for a couple of days, I guess, or a day or whatever, and then said, well, I just want us to be real friends. So anyway, And I think that's basically it. The guy, and I don't know if he'll be a recurring character, but he's cute too. All these cute, pretty black people on TV, we love it. But he works at like a rent-a-car company because Issa had called Miley's love potential Mr. Rent-A-Guy or something she had called him, which was funny when she said it. But I guess it's not funny when I say it because I don't really know what she said. But and we also see, and I know from, spoiler alert, so just, I'm about to end anyway, so shut up your thing. But I know at the end of the season that Issa's boyfriend ends up dealing with the woman at the bank. So I think we meet this woman at the bank because he's in line to do something at the bank. And oh, if you left already for the spoiler alert, dang, I forgot to tell you to like, comment, and subscribe and share. But he was in line, and the one woman came available, and he let the person behind him go, and then he went to the other woman, a young black woman, straight hair, and she, well, how you doing? And well, you look all dressed up. Well, I had a job interview. All right, well, it's your last unemployment check you gonna be cashing. Congratulations. Oh, I didn't get the job. Well, keep your chin up. Be happy, because you fine, you educated, you smart. Everything is gonna happen. And he's just grinning and feeling good. It's always nice to have somebody compliment you. I love a compliment too, don't we all? Who doesn't love a compliment? So but he it seemed like he went out of his way to connect with her. So I think work. So there's an Asian woman that works with Miley who is dating a black guy, and they get engaged, and Miley is, oh, I'm so happy, but she's not really happy about it. And she had already told the woman, because the woman, the Asian woman that she works with is like, well, I'm the first, Asian woman he's dated, the first non-black woman that he's dated. And Miley's like, girl, please, black men love Asian women, Latina women, white women, anything not black. She didn't say that, but, in my head, I was like going through it. Like, not all black men, of course, but there is certainly, the impression that I get, being out here in this world that, black men love them, a racially ambiguous woman, some black men. So she kind of said that to the Asian woman, and the Asian woman is like, well, I thought he told me I was his first. So that was kind of like an interesting little dynamic. What else? Okay, so that was Miley at work. She seems to be very efficient and effective at her job. She's successful. She seems to be thriving in her work environment. Issa seems to be having some challenges in her work environment. She's the only black person. They're both the only black people there. Miley, while she's there, are they? I don't know. But Miley, while she's there, Miley is a third year associate at the firm. And then an intern comes in, a black woman intern. I can't remember what the child's name is. It's Khadijah or something like that. And she like, you can just call me Jaja. And she's loud, she's exuberant, and she's unapologetically urban black, whatever she is. She's just as cute. And Miss Miley is a little bit like, taken aback and like clutching her pearls and like, can we show some decorum at work? We are in mixed company. Basically, she doesn't say that, but I don't think she says that. But Miss Jaja, Nana, whatever the child's name is, like, I didn't take it down a notch when I interviewed. I didn't take it down a notch when I was in law school. I'm not taking it down a notch. I'm gonna be who I am, and thank you, but no. Sorry, thank you, but no thank you. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm gonna be me, and you do you, boo. So while Miley is excited to see her there, it seems like they're going to have a difficult time bonding and connecting, because maybe what Miley feels that she has to give to the woman may not be so receptive to it. And sometimes that happens. And then at Issa's job, she's definitely the only black woman there. But there's another colored woman there who was that her best friend from Awkward Black Girl, because I thought that was that the same child. Because I thought it was the same child. But they hardly have any interaction until the end of the third episode. And I don't think I noticed her till the second episode. But she's she kind of is, she kind of has a hard time at work being the only black person. It's like she's supposed to, it's a nonprofit organization, youth development, youth service type program. She's supposed to be able to, be the black youth whisperer. I think they work with a middle school, and the program is called We Got Y'all or something like that. And the woman who runs it is like a white woman in dashikis and with African art all over her office or whatever. And Issa has a big presentation she's supposed to be doing, and she kind of blows it off and just figures she can, she black enough to just get through it and fool these people, and it doesn't really go well. And she ends up, kind of getting checked by her boss. And I thought for a minute she was about to get fired and that she was going to be jobless too. And that would have been interesting, but she didn't get fired, but she works a little bit harder on her presentation. She has a young white woman that's working with her, and they kind of get a plan together, and decide that they want to take the children to the beach, because her best friend Miley, even though she grew up in California, had never been to the beach until she was an adult. So they decided to take the little black children, brown children, whatever, to the beach and do a cleanup project, a mesh of Issa's idea and the young white woman that's working with her's idea. And the people at work she realizes are kind of skeptical of her ability to pull it off. Not only are they talking about her and her inability to do the job perhaps, or questioning her ability, but they are emailing each other and not CCing her on her ability to do the job and for this project or this this little project to be effective. So she gets really, really motivated by, to prove them wrong, and put some extra time and effort and energy into it. And it's a great, successful event, and I'm glad that it's successful. When they're on the bus, the kids are complaining. I remember when I used to work with young people, woo, they know how to complain, but they are so sweet. And by the end, one of them hugs her. Thank you, Miss Issa. And that was very sweet, and it was nice to see. But I also felt like, well, dang, she kind of represents some of the people that I worked with when I worked in youth development, who is like, they ain't really there for the kids or for the project, or they're not able to be there, maybe because like her, they got so much going on in their life or just whatever. But she ain't there for them kids. She ain't against them, but she ain't passionate to be there. And I felt like I encountered so many people who did youth development work because they had a degree, and they could, but they weren't passionate about, young people are passionate about their subject matter. And a lot of them were trying to be best friends with the kids. That was messy as fuck. Messy. So the event ends up being successful at work for Issa. So I think that's everything. Have you seen Insecure? Are you excited about the second season? I think I heard yesterday that it's coming back July or June of this year. So unlike Underground, where we had to wait a whole year for it to come back, it seemed like it's coming back sooner, but I don't know. So that's it. That's my thoughts, my review, my recap of episodes 1 through 3 of Insecure, which comes on HBO. I thought it was 10 episodes. It's only 8 episodes. So if I'd known, I'd have done 4 and 4. But it's probably going, whatever. We're going to break it down. We're going to make it work. So thanks for being here. Have a fabulous day. And remember, fabulous one, be fabulous you.